All right, well, hello everyone. I'm Mike Lowe, and this is a brand new series featuring FIFA 23. So very similar to our NBA 2K series we have going with the New York Knicks. This, of course, would be a kind of a play along here where we discuss kind of not just the workings of the game itself, but obviously trying to work with the team here to improve them and to, in this case, get Lugo to La Liga. They are currently a second division team in Spain. And they have had a pretty long history, but as far as I could tell from kind of researching their history a little bit, they've never been to La Liga itself, the Premier League there in Spain. So that is going to be our long-term goal here. It is an uphill battle, to be clear. Number one, I'm not great at FIFA. I'm still learning it. Number two, I'm too stubborn to play with maybe settings that would make this a lot easier. I'm using what's called full manual settings and sliders from the Operation Sports community, specifically Mat 10 or Mat 11 in the Operation Sports community there on their forums. They have a whole slider set. They're really, really good, but rest assured, it's really challenging. Like, it's hard for me to score goals here, but looking up Lugo's history, they finished 11th in their table last year in the second division. And right now, even in real life, they're averaging exactly 1 goal per game. So it's not like this is a team that's going to come out and score, 3 goals every single game or something like this. It's going to be tough. Playing defense is very, very, very tough on manual. So when I say full manual, just to kind of put this out here in the beginning, what are we talking about? Well, again, it's the way I encourage you to play the game. I think it's really, really cool. World-class difficulty, and we have basically everything is set. You'll have to see it in the controller settings here in a second, but basically we have the custom sliders from the Operation Sports community, but inside of the actual controller settings, which I don't think you can see here, but once we load into a game, you'll be able to see it. Everything is set to manual. So lob passing, through passing, shooting accuracy. There's a lot of times you panic because the ball is right at your feet on a rebound, and you're trying to kick it, and you'll kick it 4 feet wide of the net or something like that. So it really takes a lot of focus. It's something I'm still working on. And it is tough. So this will be a tough series. It's a series I plan to play all of the games. So unlike our Knicks dynasty or playthrough that we're working on, I'm not looking to simulate at all here. We want to just go through and handle everything from the coaching all the way down to things like this, like development, right? So we have a message here that I've gone through my development and stuff already. Kind of have players mostly just working on kind of standard development plans, but there are some different adjustments we're making where we're having people learn new positions and so on. So for instance, we have a center midfielder here who I have been having learn the defensive midfield position instead. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing here is going through and just changing his position because he has learned it now. So I can hit triangle. He's learned this position, and then really we're just going to probably keep him on balance because as I scroll through here and look, you can see, maybe making him a defensive midfielder, which is technically his position. But when I look at those arrows, we're going to get more arrows kind of across the board here. And him having more of a kind of traditional midfielder history here, I think he can be just fine sticking with that balance. And we're going to go through the team roster here in just a second, and we're going to jump into some gameplay really right away in this series here and just see how it goes. But yeah, if there's some interest, this is a series I think could be a lot of fun. I've mentioned on my channel before that we do all sports gaming career mode sort of things, whether it's a franchise mode, whether it's a dynasty mode, in this case, a career mode here, where admittedly, I am not the world's biggest football fan or soccer fan here in the US. I don't know the inner workings of every little thing. So it's also an opportunity for us to learn more about the game and to promote these modes that, in my opinion, are still the best ones to play in these modes here because you're just not going to deal with all the stuff sometimes you deal with in online play. And I like online play, don't get me wrong, but it's really hard to find a group of people who kind of play it the way that maybe it's meant to be played or the right way, so to speak, right? So what about this team, right? What are we looking at here? I tried to put the best players in the best positions as to where they are comfortable playing. And of course, this team's not terrible at all. Again, Division II Spain, not bad. I know a lot of people like to start like, the lowest tier in England, and let's work all their way up. I don't really find that super realistic. the Ted Lasso role or whatever. I also don't find it very realistic just to like start at Real Madrid. I like to start in the middle. And this is something I've talked about a lot on my streams about, like the whole rebuild. It's very played out, in my opinion. It's rebuild this, rebuild that, and follow my rebuild. We're going to rebuild this team. It's just played out. I like to pick a team that's kind of middle of the road because that's more of a challenge. And the reason is you could either go up or you could go down, right? Both are realistic. And so I find that far more challenging. And I think kind of looking at a team here that finished, again, 11th in their table out of 18 teams last year in the Division 2 of Spain. They've never been to La Liga itself. So I don't know, this whole series, we might just stay in just kind of, level 2 purgatory, so to speak, or we get promoted. And boy, what a day that would be and how cool that could be as we kind of maneuver here through the Spanish league. So the team itself, I've kind of kept it pretty straightforward. As you saw there, we're running a 4-1-4-1, right? So 4 defensive players close to the goalie, 1 defensive midfielder, 4 midfielders / wings, and then we got the 1 striker or center fielder at the top there. And so what I've really done is I have gone through and I've edited a ton of different things here. So, starting with player instructions, right? We have really just trying to conserve some players who have lower endurance or fatigue. I don't want them necessarily running back and forth all the time. So a player like Ramos, I'm telling him to stay forward in defensive support. I think we can handle it without him. Save your energy. Our wingers are much more athletic. They're not really guys who are going to be sending lob passes and crosses and things like this. That's not really their game. They're more athletic. So we have both these guys kind of working in. Our wing backs here are pretty good at crosses. So I have them kind of crossing a little bit more, and they'll be coming up and possibly playing those balls into the box and so on is kind of the idea. Same thing here with, is it Sine? I think is how you say his name. He is same thing. He can be pretty good with sending some crosses in, so we'll look for him to do that. Whereas like El Hassan is not so great. He's more of just kind of a body who can maybe just make some shorter passes, that kind of thing. We're not really relying on him for offense very much. So, the guys we're relying on offense is really our striker here, who's going to be playing more as a target man. Sine, who can, again, get the ball into the box. These guys are going to be cutting in, right? So it's almost like we have kind of 3 strikers in a way playing on the wings here. And then really our wing backs getting involved here. Defense, really just stay at home and just try to keep things locked down here as much as we can. And so when we look at the tactics, I don't really go like straight up into let me show you kind of the basic role or tactics here, right? So pretty standard stuff. I like to keep pressure on the defense as much as we can without getting ourselves too fatigued and getting ourselves out of position. We're going to work on slow buildup, which I know in FIFA is a little bit not really how FIFA is built, right? It's kind of arcadey in a way, but we're not a very, very good team. So to me, slow buildup is a way that we can keep that team off the board, right? Well, let's keep the ball away from them, less chances for them to score. And if we get some games here that are 0-0, 1-1, great. We'll take the ties, right? We are going to be focused on forward runs. As I talked about, we have a lot of athletic players up front. That's kind of more their game. So that's our general game plan. As I scroll through here, it's pretty generic for now, just to start. But here's where it starts to change a little bit. I don't necessarily use these like attacking, right? I just kind of use them as like game plan, game plan B, game plan C. So it's a very, very similar thing. Like, yes, we do move up the pitch a little bit here with an attacking, but really I'm just kind of changing the tactics. So we keep with forward runs, but this is like, okay, we're down 1-0 here. We need to start moving a little bit quicker. We're in the 70th minute. We're in the 65th minute, whatever. Let's start building our play up a little bit quicker. And so that's kind of the strategy here. It's very, very, very similar to our general plan. Just instead of slow build up, it's fast build up, right? So similarly, defensive, I don't really use this as a defensive per se. It's more just kind of like our plan C. And so this would be, again, forward runs, but now we're going to focus on long balls. Let's see if we can use some of that speed and get these players behind the defense potentially. If we see maybe our opponent creeping up, playing a little bit too aggressive on offense, maybe we can try to catch them. So again, those things there are pretty standard. When we look at ultra defensive, it is kind of what you think It is, we're kind of just dropping back now. This is the, 88th minute or something like this, extra time, where we're really going to take our time, keep the ball, and just try to run that clock out with a victory or a tie against the team that's far superior to us. Attacking, again, ultra attacking. It's not quite as ultra attacking as you might think. But the idea is, okay, we're just going to be desperate here. Try to get some more players into the box and so on. So that's kind of the general thing. Like I said, it's really kind of like a three-headed game plan. We have our standard one, then we have attacking where we move a little bit quicker, and then we have a defensive, which really isn't defensive at all. It's just another offensive game plan, which is where we could switch and start using long balls more. So that's how I use those. Just to kind of show you the team roles here. Captain Torres here, our center defensive midfielder. And then is it Barriero? I'm not even sure how to say his name. He is going to be our free kicker. And then corners, Calavera and Sané. And then Torres here for the long free kicks. So you can just kind of see how that's mapped out there. And then I think this team actually has some decent players, decent depth. If we go back and just look at the player overalls there, you can see them on the screen here, 67. So we have some decent players across the board. And then again, depth isn't too bad. Really tried to spread out depth in a way that can allow us to get some substitutions going. And again, even some guys here on the bench who can be really, really good reserves, but are just kind of down here for now. Just decided to go with a different center back here to start the season. But we definitely have some options. Again, it does thin out pretty quickly, so this isn't a super deep team. Again, we're talking about the 11th team in the Division 2. So that's the team. As far as transfers, I do have set up a few things. I mean, we've gone out and we've hired some scouts. So this is kind of what our scouting team looks like at this point. I really just try to keep my scouts pretty busy with area scouting. We keep at least one back for player scouting, who's just kind of like a local scout who we won't send out on assignment. And again, to really try to keep them regional. I'm not looking to necessarily recruit from like all parts of the world just yet. We're kind of recruiting inside out so far. So we have Sergio in Portugal. We have Flavio in his home country of Italy, and so on, right? So just kind of keep them pretty local. And then we have a scout here in France as well. So what are we looking for? Well, a little bit of everything, right? So I'm trying to keep the filters a little specific for what we're kind of wanting to do. So you can kind of see what we're looking here. We will eventually need to be looking for goalie. We have quite a few players whose contracts are up. But I think eventually, once we start to populate one of these positions enough where we have enough to kind of work with in the first transfer window that'll be coming up, we can then switch and maybe start looking for goalies, right? Last thing before we jump into gameplay, last couple of things I should say, youth squad. Again, we've really expanded the youth team here. I think that's going to be super important to get those coaches in place. And then where do we actually see the actual youth squad, right? Isn't there a way? Where is it? Still learning some of the menus here. Let's see. I know there's a way to see it. I was just looking at it, and there it is, Youth Academy. So, whoops. And so, Youth Academy, we actually have some players who are pretty promising. And so these are players already here. We're not at risk of losing them or anything like that. And certainly, Tavares is a guy I could see being on this team next year. So again, not super worried about goalie. I would like to see that overall come up a little bit, but we have a potentially really, really nice goalie here. A wing backer here, or a left backer, fullback there. So who can play really on either side, and Tom Keane out of Ireland. And then Chase Bird, a center midfielder, so who could be, a decent player there potentially, it looks like. So, but a really, really couple promising players who are still really young in the system already. So that's exciting. Maybe something FIFA makes a little too easy, but again, we are Division 2. It's not like we're some scrub team in a scrub division per se. This is still a very respected division in football. So Squad Hub, I think, is a really, really cool thing in FIFA, actually. So just to kind of show you, you can look at, again, just kind of the club status. But I like to go here and I look at the financials in the development area mostly. So we have a lot of players here, if we look kind of just in order of position, on one-year contracts, right? So our starting goalie, one-year contract, right? You're going to see just a lot of our starters here. We're going to have to kind of sort this team out a little bit and see how it goes, right? But We have a lot of guys, not too many players around, and that's pretty standard, I think. You're not going to see at this level. And on this team, guys with, 5-year, 6-year contracts or anything like that. And I mentioned development. I go through and kind of look at the situation for each player, but really balance works pretty well. There are some spots where I am kind of changing it up a little bit, although here it's pretty standard. I think we just have some positional learning going on. Yeah, so we just had the guy we already switched positions, and then Tiam here, who we're having learn, I guess, right midfield, with him being he must be a right-handed player, I'm thinking is why I'm doing that. I forget why I had him do that there, but yeah, preferred foot right. So just kind of moving him over to the right potentially. And I think the other thing is we had a guy his age, kind of around the same rating, at the same position, who can play left already. So just getting one of those players moved over is the idea there. So, all right. So that's just kind of, again, lay of the land there. Admittedly, I am watching college football in the background here. So if I'm a little distracted sometimes, that's just the reason why. We are watching Michigan and Penn State right now, kind of live here, and just getting my stream back up going on that game. But I would just say if you have questions, let's chat. Let's see, tell me about your FIFA experience and so on. And if you're looking for other series like this, we already have the NBA one still going. And these are just a lot of fun. Again, I like talking strategy. How can we kind of utilize these games to come up with a realistic situation? And in this case, a really challenging one, because as I mentioned, we are using full manual, or what I'll refer to as FUMA, here throughout this series. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. That's going to be super helpful. That keeps me motivated. That keeps me really just in the loop. That's all that's going on with you and your questions and so on. Those questions will kind of pop to the top usually. And I can see those questions and respond. I've tried to respond to everything that's come in that's kind of warranted a response, but we can definitely keep talking about that stuff. And yeah, I think this is pretty well said. Again, we could sit here and talk for hours about kind of the team makeup and so on, but we'll just kind of work through here and just get going here. Sorry, it's a preseason game, right? But it's kind of a preseason tournament game, so it's a little bit different. This isn't like the NFL preseason. These games matter in the fact that you can kind of position yourself and potentially earn some money for conference win or tournament winnings, but it also doesn't really impact your season record, right? So if we look real quick at the calendar, which is, there's so many menus here. Here we have 3 these neutral, again, tournament games, right? And then the following month is when the actual season will begin there. So on August 12th, right? Yeah, August 12th, the season will start there. And then, each season is around 30, 32 games or so, and we'll be getting into that. So I mentioned the settings are hard. I mentioned FUMA a few times. So again, I can finally show you kind of what I'm talking about here inside of the controller settings. This is everything's turned off or on manual or assisted if that's the lowest you can go. So that's what full manual is talking about. It's a trip. It's not easy. There's little things here like pass block assistance that happens so lightning fast. I think it's smart to leave that on. But again, this is right off of Operation Sports. This is the full manual team who have been working on sliders for years, and it's just really, really, really cool. So that will be the first game here. 1 second here. I'm just going to get this out on Twitter because some people were looking to see when the next stream would be. And then we will jump into gameplay here. So, all right. Oh, I think we're set to go. Otherwise, again, gameplay might not be the prettiest. This team, so Cardiff, they are from the UK. They play in, I think, Division 3 maybe over there in this game. They're rated pretty similar to us, but of course the AI is just going to be better than me. So, really, I'm okay with a tie in this game. We would love to just, if we can score a goal first and just kind of sit back on that, that would be great. But admittedly, I have trouble scoring in this game with these settings. I'm still working on it. And defense can be very, very tough, especially when the CPU starts to get very, very tick-tacky with all of their passing and things like that. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. 1 second here. And I'm going to pull up the chat, too, to see if there are any questions. And then we will be getting moving. All right, so tweeted it out. Let me pull up the video here just to see if there are any questions as we go. I'll keep an eye on the chat as best I can. And there are some chat stuff. So let me get this rolling here and I'll check.
All smiles ahead of kickoff. What sort of impact can he have at this club? We're about to find out. Stay with us.
Oh, thanks, Domenico. That's interesting to know. I'll keep an eye on that.
Hello, it's great to be with you, and I don't think anybody is going to complain, especially about the weather.
Oh, so maybe Cardiff's better than I thought. I was just looking up their roster like here in game at the start.
Providing expert analysis is Stuart Robson, and we have pre-season group stage action from the European International Cup coming up for you. Stuart,
so again, we're looking to play a little bit of a slow game here to start. If we see some runs that make sense, we'll take them. Kind of just try to wait for them to make a mistake. And again, full manual, your passes sometimes will go to some crazy places.
Trying to really get at the opposition.
Take that, we'll take that.
Football,
very early yellow card. That's something I've seen with these sliders is really early fouls. Sometimes red cards like 5-6 minutes into a game.
Good-looking ball. A decisive clearance it was.
Oof, yeah, I didn't want to get caught there.
Piri. Neder Lozano.
Got bounce.
Well, he went strongly into the
it's his ball.
and the result is a throw-in. Ruben Colwell. And a chance to whip it in here. It's a corner. Delivering it. And just
oh my gosh. Can't believe no one on our team even touched that ball. It's freaky. Alright. I'm okay just kind of, again, oh geez, what the hell?
Oh, the keeper at fault.
That's not where I wanted that pass to go.
Concentration to the maximum, and he did. Making sure nothing came of it.
Again, just trying to play a slow game here. Definitely not trying to just kick it to the opposition, though. That is not part of our game plan.
Begins with the new manager in charge, and it's always interesting to see how that goes.
Bad pass. So there's the full manual, right? Sometimes through passes not going exactly where you want.
No, you certainly don't. But when a new manager comes in, they come in with new ideas, and that can take time for players to adjust to. They need to start
man,
well here.
their high press is good.
To believe in what he's doing.
Just getting caught being stupid.
Deep delivery. Well, when it left the boot, I thought it might have a chance of fooling the
Trying to
keeper, but it didn't.
catch them a little bit here with, if we can get quick throws out.
Javi Torres. And very deftly cut out.
There we go. Only bummer, one of the bummers of FIFA gameplay is you can't cancel an action, right? So I called for a through pass, and I knew it suddenly wasn't going to be there, and just tried to change it because it's still going to do it anyway. So your best bet is just to try to redirect it somewhere. But there's no pass cancel, there's no through pass cancel or anything like that. Oh, thanks, Chris. I'm glad you like the Madden 22 sliders. Yeah, I kind of fired up Madden 21 a little bit. I just didn't really find the new. I mean, gosh, everything I'm reading on the new game sounds awful as far as franchise mode. Just completely busted. And I don't use that term. I know a lot of people throw broken and this and that. They throw that around a lot, but it truly seems like it's busted.
Tremendous intuition to win it back.
Man, they are like...
Being pressed here.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to change our game plan here. Try to catch these guys a little bit. So we're going to switch to that attacking.
And a timely intervention.
Man, I keep waiting for my guys to make runs, and they're just not doing it.
Caravera.
So again, we have some speed up top here, so if I can get these balls out... Ah, just out of bounds. Full manual, again. It's got to be really, really precise. I'll take that. And if we can use their aggressiveness against them, that's great. We'll try.
On the ball, Xavi Torres. Fruitful looking attack. What a powerful effort, but just wide.
Yeah, I didn't buy Madden. I didn't buy MLB The Show. So there's, again, kick accuracy, not great. That wasn't a great opportunity, but at least it wasn't blocked. But I really like the challenge. I mean, it's what's neat on this FUMA, these full manual settings, is like when you score a goal, like I'm pumping my fist. Like it's like legit, like, oh wow, I worked really hard for this. Yeah, I just want to get that out. Oops. Very, very aggressive. Again, we'll try to use that against them.
Ball's gone. Oh, managing to beat him.
Ooh.
He could pick out a teammate. Can he find someone at the far post? Well, pretty straightforward for the...
I was trying to look to see who that was, and then the name tag on the bottom left, I didn't see who it was in time, and kind of lost my concentration there. There's certain players I just don't want attempting crosses, like they're like 44 cross rating, like they're just really bad.
Now, let's see what they can do here. Rowles. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Free kick awarded by the referee. Well, we always like a good transfer rumor, and this actually appears
These pictures, I can't believe in PS5, like they still can't generate a player photo, even just from the character, you know, like the character that's right here in gameplay, like has a face, right? Just take a screenshot of that. Hell, even just an action shot.
As clean as a whistle, that challenge.
No.
Playing it in, keeping it low. But keeper's ball, they'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I probably should have tried to get a corner out of that instead. It's okay.
Did well to win the ball back.
Oh.
Might be able to get in behind the defense.
Just want him to kick it out of bounds, no?
And a throw in forthcoming. That's
Ooh,
a very
nice
impressive
tackle.
piece of defending.
Oof, not a good pass.
And can't have come away with it.
Oh, jeez. No, 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 no. That was my bad.
He knows he's got to react.
Yeah, I pressed the pass button and just didn't have anything behind it. Not good. I'm nervous. This is hard on full manual. It's like seriously hard. Ooh, good block.
And teammates around him. But they took care of the situation defensively. Great
Good job,
effort to
Lowe.
keep that one in play. And really pressing their opponents.
Yeah, they are pressing a lot. Oh, wow. That's not going to be good. Yeah. Gosh darn it. Sloppy. That's frustrating.
Well, as you can see, the weight of the through ball is key to this goal. And once he gets onto it, he just smashes it past the keeper with great technique. What an emphatic...
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I try. As far as like putting the names, yeah. I just like to keep the screen a little cleaner. Once I know the team more, once I play, you know, more. Yeah, but that's been. I mean, we've made a few mistakes like this here. 25 minutes in, I mean, just sloppy. And all I was trying to do, I don't know if we can still even see it on the replay. I was trying to throw up a lob pass. Okay, how do I hide this here? So let's see. So I'm looking at our like left winger, right? So I see this ball coming in, and I see he's in a really good position, a lot of green around him. And so right here, he just dribbled a little bit too long. Like right here, I just wanted him to send it right to that left winger. So I was going for that, and then it just took too long to get it going, and that's just, I mean, too risky. But see here, when I see it, I'm like, oh, I got plenty of space. Let's just get a good lob and just kind of send him going again. And yeah, just, I mean, right there, like you're done for. That's a 3-on-0 basically. Yeah. That's why they're preseason games, I guess, right?
1-0 then.
I have a hard time when these teams like press me though. It's tough because I like to be a little bit patient and let things open up, but I find it pretty tough. Oh, full manual. There we go again.
Target, however.
Ah.
Shea Ojo. Very alert defending to put a stop to the chance. Well, that'll be a free kick. Well, he's certainly been warned, Stuart. No more challenges like that.
Well, he's in no doubt now. He can't foul again.
Attentie, vanaf de eerste zondag van volgende maand kan in de horeca alleen nog digitaal worden betaald. Bij FUMA.
Well, the free kick lacking just a little bit of guile.
Oops, wasn't trying to kick it that hard. I was just trying to get it out there.
Slipshod passing. And showing excellent vision. Keeper did his job to begin with. Well, able to survive that attacking push. Useful looking position.
I think I will put on that. I think that's a good idea you guys had, just putting the names up there as I still learn this team. Let's see, where is that though? Game settings maybe? Visuals, player name bar, player indicator. Where is it? Oh, maybe this here. I guess we'd want it like that. I think that'll have it up here in both places, I think.
And you've got to say.
Nope. Well, it is for the person with the ball, at least.
The cross is on. Oh, a fine block.
Big sports day today. Going to the Padres-Dodgers game tonight with my wife. That's going to be crazy. I'm so glad we bought our tickets ahead of time. They're a lot more expensive now.
Well, it was never really going to be of concern
Like
to the
double
keeper
what we
that
paid
one.
at least. Alright, let's try to send this here. See if we can get something going.
Well, it was a foul, but good use of advantage
Gosh.
by the referee.
It's like they make a play and then they just sit there.
He has teammates around him. Wonderful chance. Well, knocked on the target. The keeper seemed to have it covered.
I think I have like
He
one
did seem to have
shot
it covered,
at the
but
net
it's
at
not
this
a bad
point.
effort, though. He really did strike it well.
We can get more details on that injury situation from our man pitch side, Jeff Shreves. Jeff?
50-50 this one. He twisted his knee. He's been trying out, but I'm not sure he can carry on.
Cheers, Jeff.
Whoa, where was that pass? That's dangerous.
And take it away. Rawls. Harris. Rawls. Poor pass under no real pressure.
Oh, man. Again, not a good pass.
Chance to play it in. High
No!
confidence.
This,
They're not giving him any breathing room.
man, this team's hard. Like, they're just really, really on you. Very aggressive.
Well read to ease the pressure. And the advantage accrues to the attacking side.
It's just like no opportunity to move the ball there, though. Like, nobody was with me.
Who can he pick out? Useful cross
Get it, goalie.
for near post. But goalkeeper's ball, disappointingly for them.
Gosh.
Well, on you go, says the referee. Advantage. Can they do something with this ball in? And both hands on it. Good goalkeeping. Possession changing hands. And that's great work to make sure it didn't go over the line.
Oh my gosh, they're just so good at like getting the ball.
Will he play it in? Not to be in terms of the cross there. Goal kick. Well, the referee took note of the earlier...
Chris, I'm a casual Padres fan. I live in San Diego now. I'm a Tigers fan. Grew up in Michigan. But yeah, we like to go. Petco Park's great, and the atmosphere last night looked great. We bought our tickets yesterday morning. Kind of rolled the dice because I'm like, well, if they win today, like, be a hell of a game Saturday. And looked at the ticket prices this morning. And my God, they're like $600-700 right now.
Lozano.
But yeah, you have to look for me. We'll be on the third base side.
On the ball, Xavi Torres.
23, row 23 or something like that.
Now, let's see what they can do here. It is to be a throw-in. Inside he goes. Well played in from the flank, but not to any great...
I really have no game with FIFA either. It's like, all right, well, I guess I could try a cross. I don't really know what I'm doing.
The textbook interception. He's in here.
Jeez, man.
Well, it wasn't the best.
They're just so quick
in all honesty.
after they get a turnover.
Yeah, it was all good until that final effort. Just shows you how devastating they can be on the break, though.
Yeah, I could see that being pretty tough for you if you're in England. We run an out-of-the-park baseball league at Sim Sports Gaming, and we actually have a lot of guys from the UK who have teams. There's like 4 or 5. And yeah, there's quite the baseball following in the UK, it seems. These guys are so slow to like turn around.
Movement, but nothing comes of it. Good
So you can see, like, I don't know, it's just my team quality or what. Like, we're just sloppy. Like, we're really, really sloppy. Oops, did not see that defender there. And there's another turnover. So that's the play I was trying to do earlier. He's got some speed. Terrible shot. Full manual shot aim.
You should be troubling the goalkeeper. Technique let him down there.
I thought about passing again, but just wanted to start getting some shots on that. Yeah, I'm trying to go, you know, it's just Europe in general. My Pistons play in Paris against the Bulls, and I used to live in Chicago, so I have some friends who are in Chicago still, and one of my buddies is going, and so I'm trying to work on that there to go meet him, and watch the Bulls and Pistons play in Paris, which would be kind of cool. That's a foul, no? See, I'd rather have the free kick. Don't play advantage, because this team's immediately got the ball back. Or like do it like the NHL, where like it's both. Like I get the advantage, and when the whistle blows, I'm also going to get the ball. Or, you know, so it's like a power play kind of. Just seriously so bad.
A shame that he couldn't find the target from there.
So many cards, and this team is crazy aggressive. Now we have a hurt player.
He was always going to go back for that challenge.
Is he hurt, or is he just super tired? How are you so tired already, dude? No, you're at least getting to halftime. Got to work on that fitness, El Hassan.
Well, the referee wasn't going to let that go.
Hassan? El Hassan? Is that how you say that?
How about the cross? Oh, it comes to nothing in the end. Really should have made more of that.
So, see if we can get a little long ball going here. Oh, I was just trying to give him a touch pass there.
Well, that's how to beat your opponent.
Oh gosh.
And with that, the first half.
Actually, it's something happening there. Broncos and Jags at Wembley. Oh, nice. Yeah, very cool. I wish I had gone to the Lions games when they played there. Hopefully they will again.
Well, Derek, he took his goal well and was a constant threat throughout that first half.
Well,
He showed a lot of skill to get out of tight situations. And he had a really
I guess it
good
wasn't
on the play.
I mean, it was kind of a terrible half. I don't think we have a single shot on net. We played really sloppy. We got burned by it once.
And the match begins.
Yeah, I don't know. This is how it's going to be. I need to get better at FIFA. And I guess, more specifically, like anybody can play FIFA when you have everything kind of set to assisted or semi. Like you just button mash and you'll score goals all day. But the FUMA stuff is real. It's tough. But I like the challenge. It'll be worth it here.
And just over the bar.
Well, he attacked it so well, but he just couldn't get above it, could he?
It looked like a really late reaction by the goalie.
Can he find the net? Superb block. And a tidy tackle. And
Ugh, look how sloppy this is. Like, how are these not goals? They're going to have like 10 expected goals. I'm going to have like 0.3.
And there it is, 1-0. The Red
Awful.
Bulls have been rewarded. And look at the celebration.
Yeah, FUMA's tough. I like it. Hardest part for me is just generating offense, and then when I do, it's like my shot accuracy is just brutal. But you can see the AI's they're not perfect either, so I like it. I mean, this is how most soccer/football games are, right? Not every game's like 3-3 and I think, you know, that's kind of one of the challenges of FIFA is like they want it to be fun, right? You you have a bunch of 13-year-olds playing this game. They don't want to play in a 0-0 game. Where someone like me, like, I would enjoy a 0-0 game, like a really well-played defensive game. I think that's cool. So, look at some match facts here early on. I mean, possession's good. I like that. But look at the shots. 12-2. Expected goals, 0. Not even 0.3. 3.5. Our dribble success has been pretty rough. Pass accuracy is pretty equal for both sides. Fouls pretty equal. We've actually had a ton of interceptions. Yeah, it's really not a close game. It seems like it, but it's not.
Away they go again.
So we are going to go back to attacking. We're going to be trying to just kind of catch them if they keep pressing us. Let's just see if we can get them out of position here.
It certainly wasn't a clean tackle.
Jeez, so many.
And that is going to mean a caution.
The referee is absolutely right. He knew what he was doing there.
Just don't hurt my players. Come on. Oh, I'm going to go to the middle here. Oops, that's not what I wanted, but it worked out.
Good play it in. Oh, good looking run.
Oof, that's not a good cross.
Adams.
Gonna let the AI play a little defense here, see how they do. I'm not gonna keep switching.
Crossing opportunity.
Alright.
Classic example of how to intercept. Being pressed and pressed high.
Yeah, they are pressing. Holy moly. Oof, I mean, they just had like 2 dudes on you constantly.
Bruno Piri. Javi Torres. Excellent use of the ball as they make their way forward. And credit is due for that good piece of defending.
We get a steal, they get right back.
Rolls. Going well. That's not a bad ball. And both hands on it. Good goalkeeping.
Whoa. A little too close there. Just trying to get the ball out of our end here. Like, just can't get anything going.
Not there to intercept.
Man. Oh, wow.
Promising attack, this. Intercepting it intelligently. Good use of advantage by the referee.
Oh my gosh.
Very effective challenge put in. Winsel. Winsel with it. Rolls. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. Javi Torres. Senier. Can they create something from here? That's a useful cross. And clears his lines.
Was that a useful cross, though? It didn't seem like it.
Well, They could really get at the opposition.
Oh,
Astute piece of
just trying
defending.
to put that pass back in the middle.
Ojo.
Like how they've quit asking me to sub out 18 here.
And it crossed
They're
the
just like,
touchline,
yeah, I guess
so
you're just
throw.
not. You're just going to let him die. I mean, pretty much. You got to be in better fitness than this, my man. Oh.
That's how to dispossess your opponent. And a throw
Hey,
in
we'll
it's
take
going
it.
to be. And a textbook interception.
Oh, we scored. We scored a goal.
No wonder they're excited.
And there's no offsides. There's no whatever else they could have done to undo that. We just scored a goal. I'm so happy. You have no idea how pumped I am.
Well, here's the replay, and it all starts with the delivery into the box. Just begging someone to get on.
It feels good when you score a goal on FUMA, even though I kicked it right at the goalie. Well, not really. We scored.
As long as it does.
Now, honestly, I mean, the way this game's going, like, do we just play for the tie and be like, cool, we're good at that? Hell yeah, guys.
Back underway. Level
We're going to at least switch back to our balanced game plan now. Which, again, just a little bit more possession. Although, that's also a little scary just because
Shea Ojo on the offensive.
they press so much and I'm just so bad at
To
it.
play it to. Insufficient
That'll work.
guile on the crossing front, you've got to say.
Okay, that's not who I wanted it to go to, but...
Deserves credit.
Oh, almost got that steal.
Ryan Winsell. Niels and Kunku.
Sometimes I'd be so quick to counter that you just kind of like counter mash buttons, right? It's like, counter. I don't know where, just counter. What is going on, guys?
Well, it went sailing over the
Maybe that was my
crossbar.
responsibility. I like to blame other people. Let's see. All right, probably get some subs. All right, geez. This guy's got, what is his, I mean, this guy was like dead at halftime. Stamina, 75. Like, what's your problem? Maybe I was just turboing around. I really don't like over turbo. By the way, so I have two kind of midfielders. One is an offensive guy. One's more of a defensive because El Hassin is more a defensive midfielder for us, even though he kind of plays up a little bit. I think we will make the sub here to Claveria, who we just kind of switched. So let's see. Oh yeah, he can't play mid. So yeah, I'm okay going a little bit more defense here. We're gonna put him in. He might switch later on. I think that's good for now. Oh wait, did it just say he's not able to play that position? Oh wow, because I switched this position, he can't play it at all? I get worried when it gives you like that hazard sign, so I'm gonna actually switch that. I hope that only counts as one sub. Let's see if it lets me put him. Yeah, okay, just the one sub. So let's see about this guy. Just learning these players, like, do I trust him with anything? He's decent pace. This is the offensive one. Yeah, he can cross a little bit, so okay. Alright, see if we can hang on. No, I already made my sub. You relax, FIFA.
Here it is now, a substitution.
Gotta get that guy an exercise bike. He's got to work on that endurance. Penn State winning now. Oh, it was 13-0 last night. Like now Penn State's winning 14-13.
That's really good and effective physical play.
Ooh. There's the sub. Might be offsides. No.
Played into the box. Well, still an issue here.
Ooh, way too hard of a header.
Well, high
It's good. Even the headers are. It's full manual, my friends.
Adams.
Oh, almost had that steal.
Poor attempt at a pass, really. Calavera. On the ball, Xavi Torres. Juanpe. Crossing opportunity. Played towards the near post. Well, in fact, a good but straightforward claim by the keeper.
There we go.
Takes it away.
Ah. Ooh, just trying to send it.
Good strength to keep the ball. Winsel.
It's intense, guys.
He read it well defensively. That's part of his holding the
should have
ball
just
up
passed
and
it.
waiting for teammates to arrive on the scene. The defender doing his job.
Take our time here.
Senier.
Ooh, had a guy running up there. Okay, that's
After
okay.
that fantastic effort, it's gone out.
How's our energy looking here? We could definitely do some subs, but let's wait a
For
little
throw-in.
bit. No, they're subbing. Yeah, let's go. Got some really tired guys. I'm probably using turbo a little bit too much here. I really want to keep our defense fresh. Can this guy play the left side? Let's see if it gives us a penalty. It doesn't give us a penalty. Or better yet, can he play? No, he just plays the right. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that move there. And then let's see if this guy can keep with our crossing game plan from that position. Not really. I mean, he's okay, but again, we're just 20 minutes here. Let's just focus on playing smart. Be lucky to get out here with a tie.
Personnel change then.
It's like really hard to do like a soft throw in.
There's 20 minutes remaining now.
Oh, just not hard enough. Ah, nobody home.
An interceptor there. Well, they need to get tighter. Plenty of players waiting in the middle.
Bad turnover. I am going to just turbo the hell out of that guy. He's already pretty tired, so.
Well, not the greatest pass. Easily intercepted.
Here's our sub, I think. Should be. See if I can get that moving. There we go.
Well, he made
Ooh.
sure there was absolutely no way through. Xavi Torres. Options in the middle. Promising sequence. Well, he really read
Ooh,
that
almost had the
brilliantly.
same goal set up there.
Harris. Calavera.
Ah.
Slightly off target, and that'll be a throw in.
One more sub, which I want to try to keep. See if we can learn a little bit more about this game here.
In position here to protect the ball. And into the last 15 minutes of action.
Oh, wow.
Well, he went strongly into
Good tackle.
The challenge, and the result
Hoping
is
he'd
a
jump over it. Like, I'm tapping that as light as I can and see it still just goes flying. And that leads to a turnover. Like, come on, FIFA. You gotta tighten up some of your gameplay. Like, he's a foot away from me. Why do I have to, like, just launch the ball at him?
Sawyers. Oh, tremendous vision. And the cross not quite
Get it out.
accurate.
Even clearances, full manual. So you gotta make sure you don't kick it in your own net or...
Getting the ball forward. And let's give credit to the defending.
No, dude, why are you, like, just full on running into the guy? Like, we're about possession right now. Possession. I'm good with 1-to-1. We're fine with that.
And just unable
Gosh.
to keep it in play in the end. It'll be a throw-in.
I was just going to launch just a long through pass and see if somebody could run out to that.
Well, he's
But
given
they're
it
making a
away.
lot of just mistakes.
Still pushing for what could be a
Oh, I was just hoping I'd get a corner out of that.
to get it out of there. Ryan Wintle.
Take that. Let's check subs. Last 10 minutes here. I mean, no one's doing terrible. Is there a sub worth bringing in? I don't think he'd be in position here, would he? Oh, I guess he would. That's probably our smartest move right now. Unless we just go total defense. But he's got like that team, what is it, the leadership thing. I don't want to take him out in a 1-1 game. Like, I do think that actually helps kind of keep your team together. So I think our last sub is this, just to see, just get some fresh bodies. Maybe we generate a little offense up that right side. Oh, let me see, because I don't remember. What are we looking at here? He's a good dribbler. He's pretty fast. Very fast. Not much of a crosser there, but pretty good speed. So again, maybe he can get in. And I think he just keeps those same instructions, does he not? Yeah, cut inside and get in behind. I'm cool with that. All right, I'm going to just lightly pass it in. There we go. That wasn't too bad.
And the referee spotted the foul, but has played advantage. And they're on the front foot, looking for a winner near the end of this game. That he couldn't find the target from there.
I saw a guy up, towards the top of the net there, the far side, but I didn't think I'd be able to really get a good pass. And that was a bad shot. Shot accuracy is the hardest part for your manual. I'm so tempted to turn that on, but I just want to get it right. So tempted to, go with like semi or something, but I don't know. It's so gratifying when you actually score the goals yourself. So I'm sticking with it. So as I said, I'm good with 1-to-1, but I just can't sit back too much. You can't just like play to not lose, right? I mean, that's just not the way to do it. Oh, what was that?
Bruno Piri. He takes
Ooh, so that one was more online. Probably a little too amped up. Guys, I would have freaked out if that went in. I'd be like running around my house, tripped over my microphone.
Sawyer's with it. And a goal at this stage could be decisive.
Oh wow, get it the hell out. Oh my god. Alright, so maybe I panicked a little bit there. Oh wow, that was a strike.
Well, what a finish that would have been. Surely that would have won the game for
Come on, FIFA, don't ruin it. Don't go into your like weird turbo. I don't really know if I believe in it. I think it's just sometimes the game just, you know, they play more aggressive. They're trying to win. I mean, that's what teams do. There's tons of goals scored in the last few minutes of a game or an extra time. Come on, guys. Wish there were like timeouts in soccer. Football. I don't know what to call it. I'm big on respecting culture. Like I truly mean that. There's no sarcasm in that. So it's like football. I truly want to call it the right thing. I mean, of course, we call it soccer in the U.S.
And the goalkeeper gobbling that one up.
'86th minute here. Nope.
Well, could be in hot water here. Booked already.
All right, so he's out.
And it has been
They've been like just crazy aggressive.
His day is done, Stuart.
Well, if I was the coach, I'd have taken him off earlier. This always looked likely to happen.
Yeah, I'm good calling it football. I just, some people,
Well, they are committed to making,
you know, this is soccer. Like, yeah, but this is FIFA. Like, in the UK, do they spell it like how we spell it, like football, or is it football, like they do in Spain or whatever? Like, is that literally just the Spanish version, or like, I don't know in Europe if it's like literally how it's spelled. I'm so bummed. My wife and I went to Spain earlier this year. When did we go? Or last year. It was a year ago. It was like literally last October. And tried so hard to go to a Real Madrid game. They make it really hard for like non-EU citizens to buy games. Oh wow, that was a hell of a pass. And like we even had like the concierge at the hotel was like trying to help us buy the ticket, and like my credit card just wouldn't work. I guess in hindsight I should have like just Venmo'd her or something, because like we couldn't buy them. Like I think they thought we were like scalpers or something. So super bummed because I wanted to go see a game. Come on, guys.
Can they forge ahead? Well, they've gone and missed a wonderful pass.
Well, with time running out, you couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
Okay, so you spell it the same, yeah. Yeah, I figured that was the Spanish. I just didn't know if that in all of Europe they called it, you know, football with intentional accent there. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Let's see.
Well, the action is going to continue for a while yet. We will have 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Boy, I was watching Real Madrid's last game where
Teammate, unfortunately.
I can't remember the team. It was like a Ukrainian team was beating them, and it went, I think, in extra time. Real Madrid tied it, and even though I like to root for Real Madrid, I felt really bad. Like that team was so close to like pulling the upset, and to lose in extra time like that was.
Doing his job. Nicely timed tackle.
Minute and a half here. We can switch a little bit quicker. Key. Oh, just gonna say the key here. I just don't want to turn the ball over.
Possession lost, intercepted. And making use of his physical strength to hang on to it.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take a 1-1 tie. That was stressful. Chris, what was Champions League? I already forgot what we were even talking about.
It was a really good game between two evenly matched teams. Both had their moments, but neither side really deserved to lose this one.
Well, Stuart, he really has had a lot to say for himself out on the pitch.
Yeah, he was their best player today, and it was no surprise that he got the equaliser. It was a really good finish.
That was fun. That was stressful. My hands are like sweating. I think we played a much better second half. And I like it. This is pretty real. Again, I was looking up Lugo's like real life stats right now. They've played 10 games, they've scored 10 goals, and they've given up 14. And they're like 2, 3, and 5 or something like that, or like I don't know. Like they're not, they're pretty average. Oh yeah, Champions League. Yeah, so Champions League, my understanding that's what kind of sets up like the. Is it like the Euro Cup or something? Is that kind of like they run it like how the World Cup is, where like there's qualifying games and there's, what do they call them, pools or whatever? Like I know the general gist of like how the World Cup works, and I just forget, is Euro Cup, number one, is Euro Cup kind of set up in a similar format, and then I forget, is Euro Cup every year or is it every 4 years or whatever? Okay, yeah, thanks Chris. Yeah, that's neat. I always love the times I've been overseas. Like I love like when I'm there in the summer or in the fall, like when there's football games going on, because it's just cool. Like the whole city or the whatever team's playing. It's just really neat to go out. And here, especially I'm in California, so like out here they start super early in the morning sometimes. But it's so cool to like go out to the bars at night and watch the games, and yeah, it's just cool. I love that. I mean, sport culture in general, I think, is just really cool. Like college football in the South here in the U.S., and it's just really neat stuff. Okay, Champions League is every year. That's very cool. Now, is Champions League, is that the same thing as the Euro Cup, or is that what's every 4? Are those two separate things? These terrible shots I'm taking. I do love how FIFA does these replays. Like, why doesn't this in Madden and some other games? It'd be really cool.
And that is going to mean a caution.
The referee is...
No shortage of excitement. Level again. No wonder they're excited. Making progress.
Oh gosh, like how did they not score more goals? You know why? Because Mike Lowe is their coach. That's why. We played probably way down, but still we tied a team that like vastly outplayed us. Darn it. That's the story I'm going with. I mean, look at these stats. We had possession, so again, that was kind of part of the game plan. 17 to 7 shots. Expected goals, hey, we went up to 0.5. But I mean, they should have beat us, what, 4-0, basically. Yikes. Our shot accuracy, pretty bad. Pretty bad. 6 saves. Can't always just depend on our goalie doing that every time. I mean, what else are you guys seeing here? I mean, tackles 1, we're just getting smoked, but interceptions, we had more than double. Yeah, they were a little sloppy with their passing. Jeez. Yeah, that expected goals thing, I mean, that's my struggle in FIFA, right? Yeah, European Championship, there you go, which is every 4 years. Yeah, okay, I see. Right. Okay, the Champions League are the actual club teams, but from different leagues around Europe that play in like a tournament style, I think is what the Champions League is. Let's see. In between the World Cup, right, for the European Championships. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, that's cool. I'm pretty excited the World Cup's in the fall this year. It's pretty fun. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm excited for that. Oh, let's see. Yeah, so I'll take a 1-1 game. I got no problem with that. Player performance here. Let's see. pretty low scores. Sene played pretty well. Senye, I guess is, yeah, I'm learning Spanish right now, so I feel like Senye is probably how you'd say that. By learning Spanish, I should say I'm still pretty bad. Can read a lot of it. Let's see. He had a really nice game. He had higher score than is it Cuellar? Cuellar, maybe? I always want to call him Cellular. But he scored the goal and had 7.2. Oof, he had a rough game. Oh, he was the sub though, so he didn't really play a ton. Ramos was not a sub. He didn't have a good game at all. Was he a sub? No. Yeah, we're just not getting a ton of productivity here out of these two. But held on. We'll take the tie. By the way, I don't do any sort of like the post-game interviews. From what I've read, it just kind of gives you too many perks, kind of bumps you up a little bit too much. Why is Urban Meyer still on TV? I'm sorry. I'm just watching the halftime here at Michigan Penn State. Like, seriously? Like that guy hasn't been canceled yet? That guy's a friggin' train wreck. Anyway. Oh yeah, so like Cuellar, maybe? Cuellar. All right, let's see. Let's save this here. And yeah, this is fun. Like I said, I think playing through a FIFA career can be a lot of fun. It's kind of like starting a book. A lot of these modes for me, it's like you're trying to start off and it's like, I think this is fun. This is okay. And then suddenly you just really, really get into it, right? There's a chapter that's just like, whoa, like this is crazy cool. And that's kind of what I try to do with these channels here, is just let it naturally develop. Like I'm not going to fake emotion. I'm not going to have thumbnail pictures of me with my hands over my face with making a big like O face, like, oh my God. I don't really do that stuff. I just really believe like if a good story is being told, it'll reveal itself and it'll be interesting on its own. And so that's happened so far in the NBA 2K series. It's been really, really cool. We are starting, by the way, our PGA Tour Golf Society. That starts tomorrow, Sunday. So I guess depending on your time zone, I know it's like 8 o'clock Eastern here in the U.S. is when it opens up. But the game is set on Greenwich Mean Time. And so I don't know if that means like midnight, I guess, for if you're in the UK or whatever. But that's a ton of fun. It's a private league right now, so I have to kind of go in and manually accept everyone. But as of yesterday, I haven't checked today, but as of yesterday, I've accepted everyone in there who has applied. And again, we'll be running tournaments up to like December 4th. There's a weekly tournament. So you get an entire calendar week to play your 4 rounds. And just a lot of fun there. We've been doing that ever since PGA Tour 2K21. So really, really cool stuff. And again, I think, okay, 1 a.m. Yeah, thanks, Chris. But yeah, we've been doing this with the NBA 2K series, which is a ton of fun. I will be doing an American football streaming series soon enough. I'm just waiting for Access Football and or Legend Bowl to come to console, or PS5 specifically. Once that's there, we're going to definitely be doing that. I'm super excited to check those games out. As someone who didn't buy Madden this year, someone who thinks Madden is kind of just a shitty game lately, if I'm being honest, I'm excited to try these other games out. They're not going to be as pretty. They're not going to have as flashy graphics and animations, but I'm really curious to see if they can be a more enjoyable football game, American football that is, when we start kind of diving into their franchise mode. And I think what's going to be fun about that is I'm going into that game very blind. I haven't watched anything else. I haven't even really read up on their franchise mode other than just it sounds pretty deep and cool. So I'm really excited to do that. So all of that to say, if you're interested in that kind of content where we can just kind of play these sport games in a franchise mode setting, in a career mode setting, this is the channel for that. please subscribe if you're interested. It'll ping you or email or however you want to get notified when we go live. And of course, you can always watch these after the fact too. So I do a little bit of both. Some videos live, some I will just kind of go through and edit. But the live ones are really fun because they're very conversational, which I think is a lot of fun. So I can call it football. Yeah, Chris, I just don't want to offend you. Got to be careful these days, you know. Yeah, I think it's these are just fun. Like I said, I like the conversation. I like kind of the unscripted script, so to speak. Like I have a general idea what I want to do in each episode, but we really just kind of go unscripted. So, but this is fun. I will definitely be back at the very least on Tuesday and Thursday of this week when we continue with NBA 2K. But if you have other games you're interested in seeing, I know NHL just came out. I signed up to be a play tester for EA, so we'll see if that comes through. I don't have NHL. I don't have Madden. Usually, yeah, I mean, I'll get Madden at some point when it's free. But I'm not going to play it if the franchise mode doesn't work, obviously. So anyway, there's a lot there. But yeah, I'm also on Twitter at MichaelO47. I get a lot of questions on Twitter. And I try to respond to everything I can. So, and again, the sliders we're using, they're full manual sliders. They're up on Operation Sports. I always forget what number is after his name, but it's Matt 10 or Matt 11. But if you just look up the community sliders on Operation Sports, I think this is version 4 is what we're using. And yeah, it played well. My hands are sweating. That was a fun game. I'm just so pumped I scored. You have no idea. I'm so happy that we scored a goal. And I will work on my shot accuracy for next time. So let me know what you think of this series. If this is something you think we should keep going on with, I will be playing it regardless. But if it's something that you're interested in, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. And again, thanks for subscribing, for liking, and all that YouTube-ish stuff. Thanks, everyone.